Hey guys, and in this video we're going to talk about Moscow. Moscow is the capital and the largest city of Russia with a population of more than 12 million people, located on the Moskva River in the west of the country. Moscow for Russians is the center of everything. In the US you have movie industry in Los Angeles, you got software development in the Silicon Valley, and finance in New York, but in Russia everything is centered around Moscow, where all the headquarters of major Russian corporations are located and where all money eventually goes to. Although Muscovites complain about the climate, the weather here is milder than in other parts of Russia like Siberia or the Urals. The climate here is typical for the European part of Russia, and average summer temperatures are similar to that of cities like Paris or Berlin. Moscow has the best universities in Russia. Russian teenagers come here for education. In 2009, there were more than 250 universities and colleges in Moscow, according to the 2018 QS World University Rankings. Moscow State University is the highest ranking Russian educational institution. And if you choose to study in Moscow, you'd better choose technical or IT majors because those are recognized all over the world. You walk the streets of Moscow and you see all these fancy cars and you wonder, how much money are these guys making? The average salary in Moscow in 2017 is just $1,100 a month, which by Russian standards is very good salary, but the income gap is unbelievable. That explains all the Ferraris and the latest model BMWs you see on the streets. No wonder Moscow enjoys much higher standards of living compared to the rest of Russia. In terms of billionaires, Moscow now takes the 4th place in the world, being even ahead of London. Moscow is home to all the federal authorities of the country, the government of the Russian Federation, the State Duma, the Federal Council, the Supreme Court, and the Moscow Kremlin, which is the official residence of the president. All this turned Moscow into a city of status and special vehicles with sirens and flashing lights on top. There are at least 630 cars used by top-ranking government officials that have the right to use sirens and ignore traffic rules when necessary. They're allowed to speed, drive on the wrong side of the road, or even pass ambulances or fire engines. This is unthinkable in the US and Europe, right? And it's extremely uncomfortable for ordinary citizens. In Moscow, it doesn't really matter what you do for a living. If you're not part of the system and you don't have connections, you're a second-rate citizen. Some high-ranking government officials never cross paths with ordinary citizens at all. They live in their gated communities outside of Moscow and prefer to take their vacations abroad. More and more Russians come to live in Moscow. Why? Well, because salaries here are higher and the city provides great business opportunities. Here you can find the wealthiest customers in Russia and earn a good living. There are lots of international companies and more people speak English, so you have excellent opportunities to build an international career. It is easy to meet and learn from famous Russian TV stars and speakers. Lots of them have open events, which sometimes are completely free of charge. The city is well taken care of. In the center, they wash the streets several times a day. Moscow has such a diversity of architecture, starting with Kremlin walls and the Stalin period famous Seven Sisters and the modern skyscrapers of Moscow City. Everything is so beautiful. In the recent years, they have renovated a lot of walking areas within the garden ring. You can ride anything from a bicycle to a scooter or go for a walk with your friends. Moscow is such a green city. It has more green areas than London and New York. In the very center of the city, you can escape from the noise in one of the largest parks in Moscow, Gorky Park. Remember the scorpions?